My name is Emma, and up until a few nights ago, I truly believed my family loved me. It all began with a simple notification. My aunt had sent me a video while I was in the middle of cooking dinner. My phone buzzed, and I wiped my hands on a towel before checking the message, assuming it was something lighthearted, maybe a silly family video or an old clip she found amusing. But the second I heard my mother's voice, everything changed. Emma should be grateful. She'd be nothing without us. My stomach turned. The video was shaky, like someone had accidentally left their phone recording, but the voices were disturbingly clear. A pathetic failure. That's what Emma is, my dad said, chuckling. But at least she's good for something, paying our bills. Then came laughter. I clenched my phone tighter. If Emma ever stopped sending money, my aunt, the same one who had sent me this, said with a smirk in her tone, we'd just guilt her into it. She's too soft to say no. My body went numb. Emma. My name. They weren't talking about someone else. They were talking about me. I had helped them for years, paid their rent, covered their debts, drained my own savings just so they wouldn't suffer like I did. And this was what they really thought of me? I stayed frozen, my thumb hovering over the screen, and then suddenly, the video disappeared. This message has been unsent. My aunt had realized her mistake. She must have panicked and deleted it, hoping I hadn't seen. I should have called her. I should have said something, let them all know I knew the truth. But I didn't. I set the phone down and acted like I hadn't seen a thing, because I had a plan. I sat there for what felt like hours, replaying those voices in my head. She should be grateful, a failure, too soft. I wanted to believe there was some other explanation, that maybe it was a joke or taken out of context. But deep down, I knew better. They meant every word. And worst of all, they weren't wrong about one thing. I had been too soft, too afraid to say no. How many times had they guilted me into helping? My dad's temporary financial problems turned into years of me covering rent. My brother's tuition, he never even finished college. My mom's endless emergencies, always popping up the moment I got paid. I had done it all without hesitation, because I believed that's what family did. I convinced myself they appreciated me, that they loved me. But that one video shattered it all. They thought they got away with it. My aunt probably reassured everyone, "Don't worry, Emma didn't see it." They still saw me as their obedient little ATM. That was my advantage. I could have texted her right away, but what would that do? They'd just lie, make excuses, manipulate me into feeling guilty again. So I stayed quiet. Let them think I was still in the dark. The next payment was coming up in a few days, and this time things were going to be different. The next morning, I followed my usual routine. Curtains open, coffee brewing, but everything felt different, like I was finally seeing my life for what it really was. My phone buzzed, a message from my mom. "Morning, sweetie, just checking in, hope you're doing well." It was too normal. She never texted unless she wanted something. And sure enough, a second message followed. "Oh, by the way, rent is due soon. Can you send it by Friday?" There it was, the same cycle. But this time, I wasn't going to play along. I typed my response, paused, then deleted it. Normally, I'd say something like "of course" or "no problem," maybe even apologize for the delay. But not this time. Instead, I simply replied, "I can't this month." I stared at the message for a few seconds before pressing send. Then I waited. 1 minute, 2, buzz. "What do you mean you can't?" My mom's frustration was obvious. I had never said no before. I didn't respond. I sipped my coffee, letting her sit in the silence. More messages came. "Emma, this is serious. We're counting on you. You know we don't have another option." Then my aunt chimed in. Hey, sweetie, your mom's freaking out. Is everything okay? I almost laughed. Everything was fine. For me. I'd been carrying their lives on my back for years, and now, the one time I didn't, they were spiraling. Not one of them asked if I was okay. It was never about me. I replied, I have some unexpected expenses this month. I can't send anything. Sorry. No explanation, no apology. And then, silence. For the first time, I had said no, and they had no idea how to react. I watched the typing bubbles appear and vanish. My mom was clearly struggling to come up with the right guilt trip. Then it came. What could possibly be more important than your family? Classic. Then, your brother can't cover rent. If he gets kicked out, that's on you. The brother card. We raised you, Emma. We took care of you when you had nothing. Is this how you repay us? I clenched my jaw. They didn't raise me. I raised myself. I worked 3 jobs to survive. The moment I had anything, they latched on and took it all. Then came another message from my aunt. Sweetheart, don't do this. We're family. Your mom is just upset. Just send the rent and everything will be fine. Fine for who? I put my phone down. My heart was pounding. I walked to the kitchen and drank a glass of water, staring at the clock. I could feel something inside me shifting. I had been terrified for so long, afraid they'd hate me, cut me off. But now I knew. They never loved me. They loved what I gave them. And the moment that stopped, their real faces showed. Buzz. A new message. From my father. I don't know what's gotten into you, but this is unacceptable. You're being selfish. This family needs you. Stop acting like an entitled brat. Grow up and do the right thing. There it was. No more fake kindness. Just demand. Just entitlement. Then one more notification. A voice message. From my aunt. My hands shook as I stared at it, thumb hovering over the play button. Something in me knew. This was going to change everything. He watched me do it, and now he wanted to talk? His fists clenched at his sides. You'll regret this. You'll regret cutting us off. I laughed, cold, bitter. No, Jason, you'll regret it, because I don't need you anymore. And without waiting for him to say another word, I slammed the door in his face. It felt good, but I knew the drama wasn't over. Not even close. Later that night, my phone buzzed again. I almost didn't check it, but curiosity got the best of me. It was from my dad. Dad, we raised you, Emma. Don't think you can just walk away from everything we've done for you. You're making a big mistake. Come back. We'll talk. We'll fix this. I could practically hear the desperation in his words. I sat there staring at the message, phone still in hand. I could have ignored it. I could have blocked him too. But no, this time I had a better idea. I wasn't just going to block them. I was going to make them feel every single lie, every moment they took me for granted. And it was starting now. I stood up, walked to my desk, and opened my laptop. No more sitting back and letting them waltz in and out of my life like nothing had happened. I wasn't their punching bag anymore. This time, I was taking control. I thought back to all the things I'd done for them, the rent I'd covered, the bills I'd paid, the countless times I swallowed my pride to bail them out, even when I was barely holding myself together. But that was over. Now they could feel the sting. I opened my email and began typing. First, I compiled every record: bank transfers, Venmo receipts, check images, a full list of every dollar I'd spent to clean up their messes. At the top, I wrote a short note. Here's a detailed summary of everything I've done for you. I'm done being your lifeline. I'm no longer your ATM. and I won't let you guilt me for choosing myself. This is my final invoice. You don't owe me anything, but you'll owe yourself the realization of everything I gave up because I thought family was supposed to support each other, not bleed each other dry. I attached every receipt, every statement, and I sent it. But I wasn't done. Not even close. I opened the old family group chat, the one where they used to flood me with complaints, demands, guilt trips. I scrolled past their messages, all the fake concern, all the "we need you" texts. Then I typed, "You all love to talk about what you've done for me, but you've forgotten what I've given up for you. You never needed me. You used me. This is my last message. Don't contact me again." And I hit send. The silence that followed? It was perfect. I leaned back in my chair, letting it all wash over me. No more calls, no more guilt, no more pretending they had any hold over me. They could keep their lies, their games, their fake concern. I was free. But just when I thought it was done, one last message came in from Jason. "Jason, you're making a mistake, Emma. You'll regret this. Family sticks together." I smiled. He still thought he could get under my skin. But this time it didn't work. I didn't need them. I had my life, my freedom. And that was more than enough. It wasn't some big dramatic explosion. There were no screams or slammed plates, just quiet resolve. I took my power back and none of them even saw it coming. And the best part? They didn't get to control me anymore. I turned off my phone and sat in the silence. For the first time in years, it didn't feel heavy. It felt calm. I didn't have to play their game anymore. I didn't have to be the one always sacrificing, always giving until there was nothing left. It wasn't revenge the way I thought it would be. It was quieter, steadier, and honestly, so much more satisfying. Now, I could finally breathe. And even better, I could finally live for me. And that, in the end, was the sweetest victory. Wow. That was a ride, right? It's wild to think about how much Emma went through for so long, but in the end, she took back her power. I love how she didn't let the drama or guilt consume her. Instead of a messy fight, she just walked away, firm and clear. Sometimes the strongest revenge isn't about making a scene. It's about choosing yourself and walking away like a boss. But here's the thing. Not everyone would have done what Emma did. Some might think she should have given them another chance. Others might believe she did exactly what was necessary. So what about you? Do you agree with Emma's choice? Was her quiet revenge satisfying or a little too cold? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think.